Trustee Gus.
Here.
Trustee Jensen.
Here.
Trustee Miller.
Here.
Trustee Siddick.
Here.
Trustee Wells is absent. Attorney Carlos. Mayor Hucker.
Here.
And Clerk McDonald is present.
We have some honored guests here tonight that I will spend a little bit more time with at the during the mayor's report. But I wonder if our new queens might be interested in leading us in the Pledge of Allegiance tonight. They still say that in school, right? And if everyone would please rise and join us.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Well done.
Thank you very much. All right. We have two opportunities on our agenda for public comment. The first, which is our next item, is for public comment on agenda items. So anything that's on our agenda to be discussed tonight, this would be the time. Then later on, we'll have a public comment period for any and all comers. So is there anyone wish to address the board tonight about any of the agenda items? All right, seeing none, we'll then move on to the consent agenda, which tonight includes the following items. The approval of the village board regular meeting minutes from September 12th. Bills presented for payment in the amount of $144,309.31. The August monthly financial report and the July community development report. Is there any of these items that the board would wish to consider separately? Hearing none, do we have a motion to approve?
Second.
We have a motion by trustee Gus, second by trustee Miller. Discussion? All right, roll call, please.
Trustee Gus.
Aye.
Trustee Jensen.
Aye.
Trustee Miller.
Aye.
Trustee Siddick.
Aye.
Motion carries. All right. I have the privilege, it says I'm introducing the Beach Park Queens, but I would actually ask for you to join me here on the dais, and I'm going to have you introduce yourselves.
Too bad.
Hello, my name is Bailey Young. I'm your Miss Beach Park. I'm currently 17 and I go to Zion Benton Township Public High School.
Hi, I'm Marceli Sanchez, your team Miss Beach Park 2024. I am 14 and I go to Zion Benton.
Hi, my name is Mariah Gonzalez, and I'm your junior Miss Beach Park, and I'm 11 years old, and I go to St. Anastasia School in Waukegan.
Okay, and we have another that couldn't be here tonight. She's the little miss, correct?
Her name is Arabella. We miss her. She's sick right now.
Oh, boy. Well, one of our trustees is out sick tonight, so we understand that there's stuff
Yeah,
going
it's
around.
going around.
Very good. Well, we can maybe have a picture. I'll tell you what, yeah. Thank you very much. Well, thank you for coming. Appreciate it. We look forward to seeing you at all the wonderful events. Thank you.
Thank you, ladies.
Congratulations.
Now on to more mundane tasks. We have our trustee reports. First up, we have Finance Committee, Trustee Jensen.
Easy one, Madam Mayor. All I have to report is the date of our next meeting, October 15th, upstairs, 6 p.m.
All right,
Concludes, Mayor.
thank you. Next up, we have Parks and Recreation Committee, Trustee Gust.
Thank you, Mayor. One thing I have is we're gonna schedule for Sunday, October 27th, from 2 to 5, our Halloween.
For trick or treating?
Yes, for trick or treating.
Okay. Was that a motion to,
Motion.
for that resolution? Okay, do we have a second?
Second.
A second over here for Trustee Siddick. Discussion? We did check with Zion and Waukegan, our immediate neighbors, and both are using the same day and hours. So that should keep some of the confusion down.
Hopefully.
since our borders are kind of,
Close together.
All right, any other discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? All right, motion carries. That concludes your report. Thank you. All right. Next up, Planning, Building, and Zoning Committee. Trustee Wells is not here. Did staff want to introduce this?
What we have here tonight is an ordinance seeking an approval for a petition by Alexander Wykowski for a conditional use permit for small engine repairs as a major home occupation at 38190 North Avenue. The petitioner is here in the audience tonight. If you want to just raise your hand, so say hi. What he's looking to do is essentially utilize his garage and shed to repair small engines such as lawn care equipment, snowplow equipment, or snow equipment, sorry. He would not be working on anything like motorcycles or snowmobiles or dirt bikes. Those are exclusively not permitted by code. He had been recommended with a unanimous approval from the Plan Commission. There were questions about hours of operation. He has voluntarily limited himself to the hours that are limited, similar to what we have for construction-related activities. He has also voluntarily stated that he would not put any signage associated with the business at his location to keep it more residential in nature. The property has been well kept. We have no quarrels as staff. We have seen that he's actually put in a new fence recently as well. So it's a property that we have heard no issue with it. Trustee Wells did reach out to me tonight, and he did want to make sure that it's clear from a fire safety standpoint and building standpoint. We still are going to address any of those concerns that may come out when we go out for the business license inspection associated with it. But aside from that, it was universal support.
All right, thank you. So I'll be looking for a motion to approve an ordinance for conditional use permit for small engine repairs as a major home occupation at 38190 North Avenue. Do we have such motion? Trustee Gust for motion. Do we have a second?
Second.
A second by Trustee Siddick. Discussion?
I have a couple, Mayor.
Sure.
Yeah, I was questioning, I couldn't glean from the agenda item that the board approval was unanimous.
No,
So
I couldn't
that-
either.
I was looking for that. And I also didn't see if there are any objectors or supporters at your meeting.
One object at the meeting itself.
Okay, I saw that you had no written ones. You had no one in person.
We had one
either?
person call with a question about dogs. Apparently, it was related to the previous owner of the property. They had been doing some dog training or other activities that had been causing
Okay.
questions of concern.
Okay.
But we have had no record of any concerns since that point. The other people who did contact us were actually supportive of the endeavor. They said that's great because right now they have to go out to Haynesville to get some of their servicing done. So to have somebody local as an option might be something to the benefit of our residents.
Okay. Well, and normally these packets that you provide have way more information than I ever wanted. And tonight, for some reason, there's some I couldn't find. Two others, I think, the noise concerns. There's fence there. You touched on noise. I know that and it's a large lot. I saw that. I know there's a potential with some of these businesses, particularly engine repair, that there might be a noise issue. And you're comfortable that that's being addressed? Is a building insulated that this is being done in?
I don't believe it is. I mean, I'll let the petitioner speak to that. That
Okay,
wasn't
well,
brought up
we can revisit that. I have two
Yeah.
more, and then you can do what you need to do to answer that. Fluid disposal. There's going to be waste oil. There's going to be fuel from the old
Correct. You'll be
lawnmower that
contracted
didn't
for any
work last
services.
year. Are provisions made for proper? They're not going to get dumped in the yard, I presume.
Correct. That
or
was brought up
burned
during
on
the hearing
site,
as well.
nothing like that.
That was brought up during the hearing as well, and there will be proper provisions accordingly. And
Um,
similarly with any of the potential flammable or combustible products associated with the repair work, they'd have to be kept in a cabinet as appropriate according to what the fire department mentioned.
And the last time you did touch on briefly, and that's fire suppression. Is that provided in this building, or how is that being addressed? Because you are again dealing with flammable fuels and hot engines, that sort of thing.
It would
And
not.
appears to be an
it's-
attached garage, is it not?
Correct. This is a single family house, it's a single car garage, smaller operation. So there is not a requirement that I'm aware of that would require any type of fire suppression system because of the square footage of the structure as well as the intensity of the use. Now,
If
the
it
fire,
were a commercial building, would you not require that?
it would depend on the size of the activity.
Not
being
not the nature of the business?
Well, both of those factors would be taken into account. So typically there's a group rating essentially for the type of building associated with the use. Because this is ancillary to the principal use, it probably wouldn't still trigger the need for the building to be classified as something different. Again, this is something we can look into further with our fire department. This is something that was explicitly mentioned during the hearing. One of the commissioners, Commissioner Kindred, did bring that up, and we made that very clear to the petitioner that the business license itself would be associated with an approval from the fire department, which would include any fire provisions accordingly.
Okay. That's my list, and I don't appear averse to private enterprise. I'm a big fan of private enterprise. It's just a matter of, is it done right in the proper location? So,
Yeah.
thank you.
So just real quick, some other smaller things that were thought about. If he would need a fire door to separate his garage space from the living space, if he would need interconnected smoke detectors within the garage space to the interior space. So these are things we'll be working with him on before the licensing is approved.
And you definitely want the proper handheld fire extinguishers
Correct.
to be there. And are there able to be periodic inspections as a business?
Annually, we do
Annually.
inspections.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Any other discussion?
Yeah, I have a question. It looks like the hours of operation during the week are going to be permitted to start at 7 a.m. Is that correct?
This is the same contingencies that we have for all construction activities within the community. So although that there might be actually more liberal provisions within the general code for the home occupation, this is a more restrictive hours of operation. The petitioner can speak to it again if you'd like, but he does work a full-time job. This is a side endeavor that he'll be working on. So it's mostly after he comes home from work on weekdays or a few hours here or there on the weekends.
And then that's a cutoff at 6 p.m. Monday through Friday and 5 p.m. on Saturdays and Sundays.
Correct.
Okay. Okay, that's my question.
All right. Anything else? All right. We have a question on the table. I'd ask the clerk to please call the roll.
Trustee Jensen,
Aye.
trustee Miller,
No.
trustee Siddick,
Aye.
trustee Gus,
Aye.
Mayor Hooker.
Aye. All right. Motion carries. That was the extent of the agenda items. Was there anything else on behalf of Planning, Building and Zoning Committee, Nimrod?
We will not have a meet. Well, we would have had a meeting today. We didn't have it. We might have a special meeting sometime next week. Those who are part of the committee will be contacted if we're
Okay.
going to, in fact, do so.
All right. Thank you. Moving on then, Public Relations and IG Committee, Trustee Miller.
Nothing tonight.
All right. Thank you. Public Safety, Trustee Siddick.
Thank you. I'd just like to mention that we'll have a public safety meeting coming up on October 2nd, upper level, Village Hall, 1 o'clock for anyone who wants to come.
All right.
And is anything from the Sheriff's Department, anything new and interesting? Still working on the CAD reports for us?
Yes, I just updated this afternoon.
Wonderful.
Hopefully we'll have an answer for you.
Thank you. And you can come to the public safety meeting.
I will do.
Thank you.
All
That
right.
is my report.
Very good. Thank you. Next up, Public Works Committee, Trustee Miller.
All right, I have one item tonight for the board's consideration. And this involves a right-of-way vacation request for 2 addresses. The first one is 38298 North Sheridan Road, and then the other one is 10036 West Beach Place. And apparently the property owner of Lewis Avenue Auto Sales wanted to clear parking on vacant unimproved right-of-ways and other lands. So as a result of discussions with our community development department, the right-of-way adjacent to their business to the north and the west, they were interested in filling out an application to vacate both those sections. Documents are attached in the packet with aerial maps for reference to both of these vacation requests. The area of the proposed vacation is approximately 8,461 and a half square feet with an average market value of, oh man, this is a long one, $2.95 blah, blah, blah cents per square foot, thereby creating a total market value of $25,032.18. And if this ordinance passes, it requires payment of the full amount by the petitioner. Public Works Committee did recommend this request for approval. The budget impact would be a revenue gain to our general fund of that said $25,000 and 18 cents. So with that, I would make a motion to approve an ordinance vacating the south half of the unimproved right-of-way of Beach Place adjacent to 38298 North Sheridan Road and 136 West Beach Place, and the unimproved right-of-way of an alley between 38298 North Sheridan Road and 10036 West Beach Place.
I will second it.
All right, we have a motion and a second. Discussion?
I actually just have a question. So this, if we all pass this tonight, is this still subject to payment by the petitioner?
Yes.
Yes, in full?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, okay.
And I have a question too.
Sure.
Now, this particular property, when I'm looking at this aerial view, things here are being used that are not paved. Is that something that will happen in the future here? Okay.
And there's an example site plan on the last page. Setback regulations according to the landscaping requirements.
Mm-hmm. And that property's all high and dry?
Yeah, there's no floodplain,
There'll be a lot of pavement. That's all I have. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Well, Mayor, if I were the petitioner, I think I would make my check payable to, write it out to the 9 decimal places.
Please don't.
Yeah, right.
Reminds me of an
I have
episode
no
of-
idea what
Reminds-
that, how many mills that is out at 9 decimal places. That's mind-boggling.
Somebody's calculator ran. out.
Somebody, I got to, yeah, right, that's like pie, it never ends.
I'll explain it to you after the
Yeah.
meeting if you want to really hear it. It involves Excel and a lot of things.
Yeah.
How long will it be before it is paved? Do we know?
Give the word.
Give the word.
Yep. Okay.
I actually think this will be an improvement. Would you agree?
I would agree, and also it does provide a larger opportunity for sales tax increase because the inventory can be expanded by having the additional
And more in order.
in order.
Yep.
Okay. All right. As this is a vacation, it does require, well, because we're missing 2 trustees, it will require a unanimous vote of the trustees tonight. So I'd ask the clerk to please call the roll.
Trustee Miller,
Aye.
trustee Siddick,
Aye.
trustee Gust,
Aye.
trustee Jensen.
All right,
All right, the motion carries.
That ends my report for
Thank you
Public
very
Works.
much. All right. There was no report for the Tax Increment Finance Committee, as the committee has not met. There's nothing under staff reports. Any late breaking news? All right. We have no old business on the agenda. Is there any new business for the board tonight? Hearing none. Now would be the time for any citizen wishing to address the board on any topic. All we ask is that you would come up to the podium, state your name and your case.
He's great. Mr. Nirma's great. Good word.
All right. Hearing none, we have no cause tonight for an executive session, so
Mayor, it'd be my pleasure to offer a adjourn.
we have a motion to adjourn. Do we have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? We are adjourned. Thank you all. Got a frog in my throat.